gonna show you how to disassemble and remove this door right here and replace the door. This is a fixed center console for the Toyota Sienna for 2014. My actual car is a sliding console, so it slides in the back here. But what my problem is this door, it doesn't really work. It's just loose. It doesn't do anything, so sometimes the dogs will step on it and fall through because it'll just open around. I turn the assembly around so that it kind of matches what was inside. So there's the door, you know, the button I was pushing. So basically kind of show you how to take this thing apart. You kind of pull this thing up, it'll pull straight up and then exposes this part, and then you got this side right here. And I was able to just kind of wiggle it up and it pulls pretty much straight up from here. If you put it back in, it'll snap straight back down. That's what that side looks like. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these 3 screws. This one right here, and this one. Sake of completeness, here's the 3 screws that I'm going to pick up and set off to the side. This should also demonstrate that this door works fine. It opens correctly, it doesn't fall down or anything. I can't wiggle it. You know, you close it, it clicks into place. Press the button and it opens up. So that's what it's supposed to do. What happens is I'm thinking on the back here, there's a couple of screws right in there, right there, right there. I think I need to get those screws off so that I can pull this back piece away to pull this piece up. All right, here are those screws that I took out of back here. You can see them. Those right there, those 2 holes. I took the screws out of them. I didn't have to take the cup holder off. That is still attached to this piece. But then I was able to pull this thing straight out. So I pulled it straight back, and you can see that the tabs are here. These feed straight into this piece. Mine's a sliding console, so it's a little different. I don't have the screws underneath here. You know, as you can see, there's just a like a storage unit thing. So mine works a little different. It's got the handle here to slide out, or you can, you know, use that button to slide it out, and it just kind of slides in and out. So I was looking under there for screws and there didn't seem to be any. So I think on this version you just pull this straight out. All right, now on this one it should just pop right up. Basically you start pulling up on it and it should pop out like that. And now you have this piece should be off. Set that aside. So now we've got this down to here. We need the lid off, so it's not obvious how you get it off right here. But I'll show you. There's a screw right here that I'm going to take off, and same thing on the other side. A screw right here. Try and get a better view of that so you can see it. That's this screw right here, and then on the back here, I'm going to take these screws off, this one and this one. And this whole piece should come back, and then I should have access to the side of that, the gear here, the door, to unscrew it. I moved out into the sun just to see this a little better. So I took off the screws here, and then I took the couple off of the back right here. And then right here and here. Hold it for a second. Right. So what the real thing is there's a tab on either side right here and over here, and you kind of have to pry these tabs up to like get them to pop off, to get this thing to pop off. It's a little tricky, just be gentle. You do kind of have to bend the side out to get the... Alright, so the spring, just so we have good video, it goes into the back of the gear right there. You can see it going in pretty good. And then it comes over here, and where it clips is right there on this side, right under there. You can see it clip over that piece of plastic. You gotta unscrew that one on either side, and we'll be back. But just so you can see what the screw looks, or the spring looks like without the gear on it. And then when you go to remount it, the spring on like that, and then slide the gear over it.
And put it in that notch.
Yeah, clip it into the notch, and you'll be good. Back into my car now. I need to take mine apart to get it done. So I went ahead and took the screws off of here. There's 3 screws back here. First thing I think that I need to do is pull this part up. So, oh no, did it just rip apart? Yeah, there it did. It comes out like that. This, I think, just came apart a little bit too much. So push it back together. But that I need that to expose these sides so that I can need this to expose the sides so that I can pull these guys up like this again. Remember, I pulled the back off already, so there's no back on the thing, and so it just pops right up. Set it off to the side there, and now, oh, my door came off. See, you can tell mine's broken. This is the issue that I had. I have a feeling that a kid pulled on it or something to get it to break. So my gears are still here, and so now I just got to take this apart and put my new door in. I gotta take the screws off here and here, and then the two underneath, pull this black thing off again, and then put it all back together. So when I was trying to unhook these buckles, I realized that it seems like you can kind of go in, down in from the side here almost and push down. So I was able to get it loose that way, and I was able to pull it out. And then really what holds it in is this plastic on either side. So you kind of have to just bend that out when you're pulling it out, and then it comes right out. So now we've got that black case, the casing removed, the door already fell out. This is the point where you basically take the door out. So you need to unscrew these gears to get them to fall out. So let me do that and then I'll pull them off. Basically unscrewed this one over here, pulled it off. I'll grab the spring in a second, but I kind of wanted to show you what the screw looks like. In case you were wondering, that's what the screw looks like for that gear. What I'm gonna do is take the spring off of this gear here that we did from the new door, and I'm just going to install it like that one is onto the either side. Yep, if you just stick it in there, get it over the piece of plastic, it'll pop right in there. It'll kind of stick up looking like that. All right, so you'll see that you have this top piece sticking up right here, and then the other piece of metal goes on this piece of plastic up and over that piece of plastic back down there. There we go. Now you can see it good. It's not going to be too hard, so I basically just have to set the lid into these grooves. Spring clips in, kind of spring falls into place, and then I just got to put a screw in either side. The help is just to actually close the lid and latch it shut so it doesn't pop up on you, and then put the screws in real quick. But make sure. All right, just pay attention when you're installing these screws. You can see on this side that the screw is kind of poking out right here. Right here. So I needed to screw that on good, and I can see it's loose when I wiggle it around, so gotta watch out for that. And I found this part to be a bit tricky on installing this last screw right here for this gear, for the spring and everything. So I closed the lid like I had said just to help keep it in place, but it still seems like you have to push it. So it should be kind of in the middle of where the spring is. So now if you look on the top, you can kind of see the shiny spring showing. And it should firm up, like if you screw it in and it's soft, that's not right. It should screw in pretty firm to a firm stop. What I mean by a firm stop, I'm just gonna kind of screw it in for everyone so you can see. You can see it getting tighter and pushing the plastic in a little. That's a firm one, so there. Now, and then it opens slowly. So if it opens fast, I guess it's not installed correctly. If it opens slowly like that, it's installed correctly. It closes really easily. It opens a little bit slowly, closes very easily.